The following is a review of the comic and should not be looked at as an endorsement of the creators involved. If you really think that, you should get yourself checked because you are reading things into it that are not there. Also, the quality of this video is pretty low, so if you're expecting higher standards, go check out someone else. What you see is what you get. So thank you and enjoy. Or don't.
Hey guys, StarCraft here, and well, I promised when I first reviewed Cyberfrog and Cyberfrog 1998 that when I got the other ashcan in, I'd go over this. And Cyberfrog Amphibionix, I believe is how you say it. And this is an interesting thing. It's basically an early adventure. It's hard to say how it fits in with these, but here's something else. Okay, shiny cover. More and shiny, but not as shiny cover. All paper cover. Yeah, and Ethan stated on, when I asked about this on Twitter that this was intentional. Alright, that's fine. Now, before I go further with this, I just want to point something out. Look at how Heather Swain looks like here. Grown woman. Alright, I want you to keep that in mind. Alright, I mean, you think, is she a teenager? Look, she looks like a grown woman. Just keep that in mind for a bit. Alright. Also, now again, Isa's art has evolved. I'm not going to deny that. But I was just going to point out was, where is it? Oh, wait. Also, look at Heather here. This is said in the past. That's her, but at the initial time when she first meets them. Again, Ethan's art style does change. I do know that. Oh, come on, where is it? And then look, there's Salamandroid. Again, I'll get to it in a little bit. I'm not saying this is criticism. I'm just pointing out to see how far we've gotten from this. Which again, it's said in here. Oh, look, there's Heather right there, but I'll get to a better example in the story. Anyway, we see this big guy is shouting at these nuns, basically. He is just telling them off and everything. Yeah, he's basically chewing about saying, "Oh, you guys whacked me and everything." And Cyberfrog shows on up there, and yeah, he's just trying to initially talk the guy down. But then the nuns insist on keep on getting involved, and they keep saying he was a bad boy. And Cyberfrog's like, "Oh Lord!" Until he turns into a giant bear. But it turns out the nuns are not normal nuns; they are the Sisters of Mayhem. As well, Cyberfrog keeps on fighting off the bear and everything. And all the Sister Mayhem keep on flying in. Artwork is damn good, I will give it that. Until finally, the bear grabs one of the nuns, the sisters, throws him, and she is lodged right on Froggy's, one of his shoulder blades. As she's stuck in her monstrous form. Then she reverts back to normal. And the Cyberfrog is like, the plot thickens. As well, just then the bear's about to show up again. Until Salamandroid shows up. Now, look at him here, and then look how he was earlier. Ethan's definitely evolved him big time. Here, he looks more like I don't even know what you call him. As all the while, Cyberfrog's pontificating, what was I doing again? And why did I come out here? As we see a bigger version of Salamandroid, and again, he just looks a little weird compared to how he is now. Not saying it's bad, but just weird. And as Cyberfrog's having a hard time getting the nun off. So he then realizes, uh-oh, it's dawn, I better hide. Now, there's Heather. I was able to accept Salamandroid. Again, it's a case where Ethan has improved himself. But then she seems more like an actual kid teenager here than she does here, where she feels like a grown woman. Now again, art style, and possibly because Heather then in a couple of years has a daughter who's a bit on the older side, so Ethan probably want to make sure not icky, for all we know. I don't know, maybe just want to draw a hotter girl. And this is his early style, but I just wanted to point that out. But yeah, eventually meets up with Cyberfrog again, chastises him about why we doing this in broad daylight, needs their help, and she's like, alright. Now, I do love this a little bit. I can't really show you guys because it's way too tiny, but you see all these different images of Heather trying to get her off. Even tries to bomb Billy's to Cyborg yelling at her. Then decides to get a chainsaw and take off most of the body. But the head's still there. And I love this bit. I could name her. Then she at least feel like part of me. Oh, so now you're giving up. Wish you'd given up 2 hours ago. Then I could at least caught the Seinfeld rerun. Tells you how long old it's supposed to be. Apparently then she has a bruise for some reason, but we really never get that answered. Takes Cyberfrog to where she works, which is a chicken restaurant. After her little bracelet slips off because of the chicken grease, she realizes, hey, that's an idea. She puts Cyberfrog in the deep fryer, and then they get the head off. Good as new. The next day, it's rush hour as one of the workers, Bogart, is getting chewed out, so he decides to make some chicken, and, well, there's a deep fried version of the nun's head. And he's fired, ending the story. This was an interesting story that showed us more of an example of Ethan's old work with Cyberfrog, before he, again, took what he had set up and expanded upon them in both of these. And I think it's fun. It's a bit all over the place. You could definitely tell this was Ethan when, just at his purest as far as the writing, where it's just like all over the place, no consistency going forward. Heather just looking so young by comparison is off-putting. Salamandroid's design is also a little wonky because of how skinnier and everything his bits are. But again, Ethan came up with a better design later. And Cyberfrog still looks the same as always. The stuff with the Sisters of Mayhem I thought was interesting. The giant grizzly man was interesting. A new idea of it starts off one way and then it just focuses on Cyberfrog having that nun just stuck in his arm. And he's just like, that's always focusing about it. He doesn't even care about Salamandroid dealing with the bear and everything. Doesn't even seem to ask him to help, actually. But again, for what it was, being an ashcan, a nice little done one, it was fun. Worth the wait? A little. Now, as far as with Ethan's other work, maybe some point down in the future I have something in the pipeline. If you follow my Twitter account, you probably know what it is. But until then, guys, I'll catch you guys later.